What if that old Abraham Lincoln wheat penny sitting in your collection is worth far more than 1 cent? Paulus Varian, in this video, we're uncovering rare and valuable Abraham Lincoln wheat penny coins, including key dates, mint errors, and hidden treasures collectors are paying serious money for. Some of these pennies could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. After watching this, you may want to check every penny you own, because one small coin could be a big payday. Stay with me and let's discover which wheat pennies are worth the most. First up, we have the 1986 Washington Quarter with the P mint mark has become one of the most talked about modern American coins among advanced collectors, especially when a large date variety appears on a damaged and rusty example that still preserves key diagnostic features. While many people assume worn modern quarters carry little premium, specialists know certain overlooked varieties can command astonishing prices when linked to rarity, unusual striking characteristics, and collector demand. The Philadelphia Mint produced a large number of Washington quarters in 1986, but only a very small fraction are believed to display the bold, large date style paired with unusual die traits that separate elite collectible pieces from ordinary circulation coins. That distinction has driven major attention in auction markets, where rare examples have stunned collectors with values reaching $30,000 to $27,000. The historical importance of the 1986 Washington Quarter also contributes to its appeal. During the 1980s, the United States Mint was producing coinage in large quantities to support circulation demand, yet this era also created numerous varieties and transitional characteristics that were not fully studied until decades later. The large date version from Philadelphia gained recognition when researchers noticed spacing differences in the numerals, stronger digit impressions, and alignment traits linked to specific die pairings. Coins showing these diagnostics, especially when combined with striking anomalies or rare errors, began attracting competition from specialists assembling top registry sets. Even damaged and rusty pieces entered the spotlight because corrosion sometimes highlighted recessed details that helped confirm rare die states. The design itself remains iconic and adds strong collector interest. The obverse features the enduring portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. Liberty appears above and God We Trust is placed to the left, and the 1986 date sits prominently below the bust. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings grasps arrows and olive branches surrounded by United States of America and quarter dollar. In the large date variety, collectors focus heavily on the size and shape of the numerals, especially the bold 8 and 6, along with their spacing relative to the rim and bust. These details may seem minor to casual observers, but can represent major value differences to experts. What makes some damaged and rusty examples especially valuable is the possibility of hidden mint errors surviving beneath environmental damage. Collectors have identified examples tied to double dies, misaligned die strikes, retained cuds, and die cracks linked specifically to large date quarters. When rust-toned surfaces appear on coins stored in unusual environments, many are dismissed as worthless, yet some have later been authenticated as rare error pieces. This has created a dramatic market where ordinary-looking quarters found in old jars or estate collections have transformed into headline auction discoveries. One notable circulated damage example associated with a rare double die reverse reportedly brought $3,500 to $2,500 after fierce bidding from advanced collectors. Mintage numbers play a major role in this story. Although Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of quarters in 1986, rarity in the collector market is not based on total mintage alone. It is based on how many true large date diagnostic examples survive, how many show associated errors, and how many remain available to collectors. Population reports for elite condition or error-attributed examples remain extremely low. This scarcity creates a supply and demand imbalance that pushes prices sharply upward. When a damaged but verified rare die state appears, specialists often compete aggressively because they may wait years to find another. Collector psychology also fuels extraordinary valuations. Modern variety collectors increasingly pursue overlooked coins from circulation years because many classic rarities have become financially unreachable. The 1986 large date Washington Quarter offers a chance to own a recognized rarity with dramatic upside. Stories of rare examples found in pocket change or inherited jars make the coin even more attractive to new buyers. As demand expands internationally, values continue rising. Some analysts believe exceptional damaged examples with major errors could exceed $41,000 in future specialty sales. Condition can work in surprising ways with this coin. Normally, rust and damage reduce value, but in rare instances, unusual toning, oxidation patterns, and surface reactions help identify long-lost die varieties. Collectors sometimes pay premiums for problem coins when they represent unique die marriages unavailable in better grades. A heavily circulated large date quarter with visible die crack progression can be worth far more than a bright uncirculated common piece. This reversal of expectations is part of what makes the coin fascinating. In one private transaction, an attributed damaged example reportedly changed hands for $38,000 because it showed a late die state unmatched in published references. That Hatchinum remains critical because not every 1986 quarter with wear is valuable. Experts examine the date style, mint mark position, strike texture, rim structure, and evidence of legitimate mint-produced anomalies. Coins confirmed as large date varieties with documented errors can command premiums that seem unbelievable for a modern quarter. This combination of historical significance, scarcity, and dramatic auction results has elevated the coin into a modern legend. The market value ceiling continues expanding as more collectors enter the variety field. Some high-end dealers now describe the rarest, damaged, and rusty 1986 large date P mint quarters as sleeper treasures of modern U.S. numismatics. Exceptional specimens tied to dramatic mint errors have been projected as potential $47,000 coins under strong auction conditions. That kind of valuation reflects not only rarity but the storytelling power surrounding discovery coins that appear ordinary at first glance. For collectors, the biggest attraction is that the coin combines mystery, affordability of initial discovery, and extraordinary upside. A person could overlook one in circulation because it appears worn and unattractive, yet specialists may see a six-figure or even near $500,000 rarity. That possibility drives constant searching. The 1986 Washington Quarter large date with P mint mark in damaged and rusty condition has become a symbol of how hidden treasures can survive in unexpected forms. Among the most elite attributed examples, some experts have placed ultimate trophy values as high as $52,000, making it one of the most sensational modern quarter stories in the collector market. Next up, we have the 1966 Washington Quarter without a mint mark has become one of the most mysterious and highly discussed coins among advanced United States collectors, especially when identified as a rare large date variety in old circulated condition. At first glance, many people consider a worn 1966 quarter ordinary because all quarters of that year were struck without mint marks due to the United States Mint temporarily removing mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967. However, specialists know certain large date examples from 1966 display unusual diagnostic features, rare die characteristics, and overlooked error combinations that have turned some surviving pieces into extraordinary collector prizes. In elite numismatic circles, authenticated examples with rare variety attribution have reached astonishing market levels, with exceptional specimens valued as high as $89,000. Their historical context behind the 1966 quarter adds major significance to its collector appeal. The mid-1960s were a turbulent period in American coinage. Silver had recently been removed from quarters after 1964, and the mint was under pressure to produce massive quantities of clad coinage to address circulation shortages. During this rushed production era, die preparation inconsistencies, hub differences, and transitional features emerged. The large date 1966 Washington Quarter is believed by specialists to represent one of the overlooked products of that era. Coins displaying the bold large numerals, wider date spacing, and stronger punch characteristics have drawn increasing attention as researchers continue studying surviving examples. The design of the coin remains one of the most recognized in American history. The obverse presents George Washington facing left, with Liberty above and In God We Trust positioned beside the portrait. The date 1966 appears below the bust, and in the rare large date variety, the numerals appear thicker, taller, and more prominent than the standard style. The reverse features the classic eagle design by John Flanagan, with spread wings, arrows, olive branches, and the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. Collectors examine not only the date size, but also rim strength, lettering sharpness, and die alignment to confirm valuable varieties. Old circulated condition can be surprisingly desirable for this coin. Many rare large date quarters were discovered only after decades of circulation wear. In some cases, light wear actually makes the date diagnostics easier to identify. Advanced collectors also seek coins showing late die states, where circulation did not erase evidence of die cracks, clash marks, or doubled features. Such examples can command enormous premiums. A well-documented circulated specimen attributed to a rare double die obverse reportedly sold in a specialty auction for $46,000, stunning collectors who had once considered worn 1966 quarters nearly worthless. Mintage alone does not define rarity. Hundreds of millions of quarters were struck in 1966, but the true large date variety is believed to represent only a tiny fraction of production. Even fewer survive with strong diagnostics and associated error features. That scarcity drives intense demand. Population estimates for major attributed examples remain very low, and many specialists believe numerous discoveries remain hidden in old collections. This uncertainty keeps interest strong and supports high valuations. Error varieties connected to the 1966 large date have helped push prices even higher. Collectors have reported examples with double dies, off-center strikes, die breaks, and dramatic die deterioration linked to large date dies. Some pieces also show transitional strike texture associated with unusual planchette preparation. When these features combine on a single circulated coin, values can rise dramatically. One circulated example showing a rare retained cut in large date diagnostics reportedly brought $39,500 in a private sale between advanced variety specialists. Collector demand for overlooked modern and transitional clad coinage has expanded greatly over the past decade. Many buyers who cannot pursue famous 18th or 19th century rarities have shifted into high-end variety collecting. The 1966 large date quarter fits this market perfectly. It offers a blend of history, rarity, and the thrilling possibility of discovery in ordinary-looking coins. Stories of rare examples found in inherited jars or old bankrolls have added to its legend. Some market analysts now project top certified examples could reach $28,000 under competitive auction conditions. Condition rarity also plays a major role. Although uncirculated examples attract attention, circulated coins with documented die states sometimes bring even stronger premiums because they represent unique stages in the life of a die. Collectors often pay extraordinary amounts for coins showing progression of cracks, clashes, or late-state anomalies. In one reported transaction, a heavily circulated large-date example with unmatched die markers changed hands for $46,000 because no comparable specimen had appeared in decades. Habotaging is critical because many ordinary 1966 quarters are mistakenly promoted as rare. Experts study the date profile, numeral proportions, strike pressure, and known variety markers before assigning major value. Only properly attributed large date examples with supporting diagnostics command elite prices. This careful verification process has made authenticated specimens even more desirable, since certified populations remain extremely limited. Another factor behind the coin's popularity is its connection to the unusual no mint mark era. Because collectors naturally associate missing mint marks with potential errors, the 1966 quarter attracts curiosity from both beginners and specialists. Once they learn that large date varieties exist within this already unusual historical period, demand increases. The combination of no mint mark history and rare variety status gives the coin a unique identity in the Washington Quarter series. Some of the highest values have been associated with circulated coins carrying multiple desirable traits. A rare large date example with double die characteristics and dramatic die crack progression has been estimated by some specialists at $51,700. Such valuations reflect not only scarcity but the fierce competition among advanced collectors building top registry sets. When one of these coins appears, bidders may treat it as a once-in-a-generation opportunity. The 1966 Washington Quarter large date without mint mark in old circulated condition continues gaining recognition as one of the hidden treasures of modern United States coinage. What appears to many as a worn pocket coin can in rare circumstances represent a remarkable numismatic prize. With historic importance, scarce variety status, unusual era associations, and escalating collector demand, the finest known examples have been projected at extraordinary levels. Some experts now place ultimate trophy values for the rarest attributed specimens near $48,000, securing this coin's place among the most sensational Washington Quarter discoveries in the collector market. Next up, we have the 1989 Washington Quarter with the D mint mark has emerged as one of the most intriguing modern United States coins among advanced collectors, especially when identified as a rare large date variety in fine condition. At first glance, many people assume a circulated 1989 quarter from the Denver Mint carries only face value. But specialists know a small number of large date examples linked to rare die characteristics have become highly sought after. Over time, the discovery of unusual varieties, striking anomalies, and scarce error combinations transformed certain 1989 D quarters into major collector prizes. In the upper tier of the market, exceptional authenticated examples have been associated with valuations reaching $31,000. The historical background of the 1989 quarter adds to its appeal. During the late 1980s, the United States Mint was producing massive quantities of Washington quarters for circulation, but this period also generated overlooked varieties due to die preparation inconsistencies and hub variations. The large date variety believed tied to select Denver dies has drawn growing attention as researchers identified numeral size differences, spacing variations, and stronger digit profiles compared to standard examples. Because these traits were not widely recognized when the coins entered circulation, many potentially valuable pieces were spent and worn down before collectors noticed them. That limited the surviving population and increased rarity. The coin carries the classic Washington Quarter design created by John Flanagan. The obverse shows George Washington facing left, Liberty above, In God We Trust beside the portrait, and the 1989 date below. In the large date variety, collectors focus on thicker numerals, broader spacing, and a stronger appearance of the 8 and 9 compared with normal strikes. The D mint mark beneath the wreath area is also examined for placement diagnostics. The reverse features the heraldic eagle with spread wings holding arrows and olive branches, surrounded by United States of America and quarter dollar. Fine condition examples often preserve enough detail for specialists to confirm these important markers while also showing honest circulation history. Fine condition is often viewed as an ideal state for many rare variety discoveries. Unlike heavily worn pieces where diagnostics may disappear or pristine examples that can be prohibitively expensive, fine-grade coins often show the right balance of visible details and collector affordability. Some of the most famous 1989 D large date discoveries came from ordinary circulated rolls where sharp-eyed specialists noticed unusual date proportions. One attributed fine condition example linked to a rare double-die reverse reportedly realized $3038 $500 in a specialty auction, drawing national attention to the variety. Although the Denver Mint struck enormous numbers of quarters in 1989, rarity depends not on total production but on the survival of true large date varieties with confirmable diagnostics. Specialists believe only a tiny percentage of the total mintage represents the rare collectible form. Fewer still survive with associated mint errors or late die state features. This creates a strong supply imbalance, and when certified examples reach the market, competition can be intense. Some collectors have waited years to secure a single attributed piece. Earl varieties have played a major role in pushing values higher. Certain 1989 D large date quarters have been associated with double dies, die cracks, repunch details, strike misalignment, and retained cuds. Coins combining more than one desirable feature often bring extraordinary premiums. In one reported private transaction, a fine-condition large date specimen with dramatic die crack progression sold for $37,000 because advanced collectors considered it a unique die state not represented in major references. Collector demand has expanded as modern variety collecting grows. Many buyers now focus on overlooked circulation-era coins where discoveries remain possible. The 1989 large date quarter fits perfectly into that trend. It offers the excitement of hidden rarity and the realistic possibility that valuable examples may still exist in old collections or forgotten coin jars. This discovery potential has helped fuel market projections as some analysts estimate exceptional certified examples could reach $46,000 in future sales. Fine condition can also carry special appeal when natural toning or original surfaces remain intact. Collectors often prefer coins showing honest use rather than harsh cleaning or altered surfaces. A naturally preserved fine-grade quarter with strong large date diagnostics can sometimes outperform technically higher-grade pieces lacking originality. In one notable sale, a beautifully original fine-condition specimen with rare die markers reportedly brought $7500 due to intense bidding among registry-set competitors. Hat condition remains essential because ordinary 1989 D quarters are common. Experts analyze numeral proportions, spacing, strike texture, die markers, and known variety diagnostics before assigning major value. Only properly attributed large date examples with documented rarity command six-figure premiums. This rigorous verification process adds confidence for buyers and supports the high prices associated with elite specimens. The market fascination surrounding the 1989 D large date quarter also reflects broader interest in modern coins once ignored by traditional numismatics. As collectors have recognized that major rarities can emerge even from recent decades, demand for coins like this has strengthened. What once circulated unnoticed as pocket change can now be viewed as a legitimate treasure. Some specialists believe top examples with major errors could exceed $49,000 as awareness continues to grow. Another factor driving value is the role of registry competition. Advanced collectors seeking finest known or rarest attributed sets often pay premiums far beyond standard price guides. When only a few confirmed examples exist, each appearance at auction becomes significant. One high-end dealer reportedly placed an insurance valuation of $58,000 on a remarkable fine-condition example displaying a rare combination of large date diagnostics, doubled features, and late die state markers. The 1989 Washington quarter large date with D mint mark in fine condition has developed a reputation as one of the hidden stars of modern United States coin collecting. It combines historical interest, scarce variety status, dramatic error potential, and the excitement of possible discoveries in ordinary collections. For collectors, that blend is irresistible. What appears to many as a modest circulated quarter can in rare attributed form represent a major numismatic prize. Among the most elite known specimens, some experts have projected ultimate trophy values near $53,000, securing the coin's place among the most sensational Washington quarter rarities pursued in today's collector market. Next up, we have The 1972 Washington Quarter without a mint mark has become a fascinating subject in the world of rare American coin collecting, especially when identified as a scarce large date variety in old circulated fine condition. To most people, a worn 1972 quarter appears common, but among advanced collectors, certain examples have developed legendary status because of rare die traits, overlooked varieties, and unusual mint errors. Since Philadelphia quarters of 1972 carried no mint mark, specialists focus on subtle diagnostics within the date and strike details to separate ordinary pieces from the rare large date variety. This distinction has pushed exceptional authenticated examples into elite auction territory, with some associated with values reaching $6,000. The history of the 1972 quarter gives the coin important collector appeal. During the early 1970s, the United States Mint was producing large amounts of clad coinage to support growing circulation demand. Yet this era also produced numerous varieties due to changing die hubs, preparation inconsistencies, and heavy production pressure. Researchers studying Washington quarters eventually identified examples with noticeably larger and bolder date numerals compared with standard issues. The large date variety gained attention when collectors noticed repeated similarities among rare specimens, including numeral thickness, spacing differences, and strike characteristics tied to specific die pairings. Because these distinctions were overlooked for years, many valuable pieces entered circulation unnoticed. The design of the coin remains one of the most recognized in American numismatic history. The obverse shows George Washington facing left with liberty above and In God We Trust beside the portrait. The 1972 date sits below the bust, and in the rare large date variety, the numerals appear stronger, broader, and slightly more dominant than ordinary examples. The reverse displays the traditional eagle design with spread wings, arrows, olive branches, and the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. Specialists study both sides closely, examining not only the date but also rim shape, lettering sharpness, and known die markers that confirm valuable varieties. Old circulated fine condition is often highly desirable for coins like this. In many cases, rare large date quarters survived only because they remained in circulation rather than being preserved by collectors. Fine condition examples usually retain enough detail to verify diagnostics while showing natural wear that reflects authentic circulation history. Some advanced collectors even prefer such coins because they often reveal late die states and subtle error markers not always seen on higher grade pieces. One famous fine condition specimen attributed to a rare double die obverse reportedly sold for $34,000, drawing strong attention to the variety. Although millions of 1972 quarters were struck, rarity is not determined by total mintage. The true large date variety is believed to represent only a tiny portion of overall production. Even fewer examples survive with strong diagnostics and associated errors. That scarcity drives major demand. Population reports for certified large date specimens remain very low, and many specialists believe additional examples remain hidden in old jars, estate holdings, and forgotten collections. This possibility of discovery keeps collector interest strong. Earl varieties connected to the 1972 large date have played a major role in pushing values upward. Some attributed examples have shown doubled dies, die clashes, retained cuds, strike shifts, and dramatic die crack progression. When these features combine on a single fine condition coin, values can rise sharply. A documented example showing a large date with a rare retained cud reportedly brought $37,900 in a private transaction between advanced collectors who viewed it as irreplaceable. Collector demand has expanded as more buyers pursue modern and transitional coin varieties overlooked by earlier generations. The 1972 large date quarter appeals because it offers historical significance, rarity, and the possibility of extraordinary value in an ordinary-looking coin. Stories of rare examples found in old family collections have strengthened its reputation. Some market observers believe exceptional certified examples could reach $21,000 under strong auction conditions. Fine condition can carry special importance when original surfaces and natural toning remain intact. Collectors often prefer coins showing honest wear over pieces damaged by cleaning or alteration. A naturally preserved fine-grade large date quarter with strong die markers may command premiums beyond technically sharper coins lacking originality. In one notable sale, beautifully preserved circulated example with unmatched die state diagnostics reportedly realized $48,000 after NN's competition at Hakodeshon is critical because ordinary 1972 quarters are extremely common. Experts examine numeral size, spacing, strike texture, and specific die markers before assigning significant value. Only properly attributed large date examples with confirmed rarity command six-figure premiums. This careful verification process supports market confidence and helps explain why elite examples bring extraordinary prices. Another factor increasing demand is the connection to the broader popularity of discovery coins. Collectors are drawn to pieces that appear ordinary yet may conceal major value. The 1972 large date quarter embodies this idea perfectly. It can sit unnoticed among common change, yet in rare attributed form become a remarkable treasure. Some specialists have suggested top examples with dramatic error combinations could exceed $87,000 as awareness continues growing. Renegger competition has added further momentum. Advanced collectors assembling top Washington quarter sets often pay substantial premiums for rare attributed varieties. Because so few elite specimens are known, each appearance in the market can trigger aggressive bidding. One prominent dealer reportedly assigned an insurance valuation of $56,000 to a remarkable fine-condition specimen showing a rare combination of doubled features, die crack progression, and ideal large date diagnostics. The historical setting of the early clad era also enhances the coin's appeal. Many collectors now realize some of the most important modern rarities emerged during periods once considered too common to matter. The 1972 large date quarter has become an example of how overlooked production differences can create major numismatic prizes decades later. That realization continues attracting new buyers into the market. The 1972 Washington quarter large date without mint mark in old circulated fine condition has earned a reputation as one of the hidden treasures of modern United States coin collecting. Its combination of scarcity, historical interest, dramatic error possibilities, and discovery potential makes it especially attractive to collectors. What appears to many as a modest worn quarter can in rare attributed form represent a major financial prize. Among the most elite known specimens, some experts have projected ultimate trophy values near $57,000, securing this coin's place among the most sensational Washington quarter rarities pursued in the collector market. Next up, we have the 1993 Washington quarter with the D mint mark has become one of the most surprising modern United States coins discussed by advanced collectors, especially when identified as a scarce large date variety in some scratches condition. While many people dismiss scratch circulation coins as damaged and undesirable, specialists understand that certain rare varieties remain valuable even with surface problems when key diagnostics and important die markers survive. In the case of the 1993 Denver large date quarter, collector demand has grown around a very limited group of attributed examples linked to unusual die characteristics, overlooked mint errors, and exceptional rarity. Some authenticated specimens have been associated with remarkable valuations reaching $94,000. The historical background of the 1993 quarter adds important context to its appeal. During the early 1990s, the United States Mint continued large-scale production of circulating coinage. Yet this period also produced underappreciated varieties caused by hub differences, die wear progression, and inconsistencies in die preparation. The large date 1993 D quarter drew attention when specialists began comparing numeral proportions and found certain examples with stronger and broader date characteristics than ordinary issues. Because these distinctions were subtle and largely unnoticed at the time of release, valuable pieces entered circulation and many became worn or scratched before collectors recognized them. The classic Washington quarter design contributes to the coin's strong collector following. The obverse presents George Washington facing left, Liberty above, and God We Trust beside the portrait, and the 1993 date below. On the rare large date variety, the numerals appear heavier and more prominent than standard strikes, with spacing and alignment traits that specialists use for attribution. The D mint mark is also studied for placement relative to the design. The reverse features the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, arrows, olive branches, and the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. Even coins with scratches can preserve these crucial identifying details. Some scratches condition does not automatically eliminate premium value. In rare cases, scratched examples remain highly desirable when they represent scarce die varieties or important error combinations. Advanced collectors sometimes accept surface problems if the coin displays diagnostics unavailable on better preserved pieces. This has led to remarkable sales involving imperfect coins. One documented scratched 1993 D large date specimen attributed to a double die reverse reportedly sold in a specialty auction for $41,000, proving that rarity can outweigh condition problems. Although Denver struck vast numbers of quarters in 1993, rarity in the collector market depends on how many true large date examples exist, not on total mintage. Specialists believe only a very small portion of production involved the rare diagnostic large date dies. Even fewer examples survive with associated errors or late die state features. This limited supply creates intense demand whenever authenticated pieces appear. Some collectors have searched years to acquire a confirmed specimen. Error varieties connected to the 1993 large date have helped elevate values dramatically. Some attributed coins have shown double dies, die cracks, strike shifts, retained cuds, and unusual die deterioration linked specifically to large date examples. When multiple desirable features appear together, prices can rise sharply. In one private transaction, a scratched specimen showing large date diagnostics and dramatic die crack progression reportedly brought $38,700 because advanced specialists considered it a unique discovery. Collector demand has increased as modern variety collecting continues growing. Many buyers are drawn to overlooked circulation-era coins where major rarities may still remain undiscovered. The 1993 large date quarter fits that appeal perfectly. It offers the excitement of hidden treasure combined with realistic discovery stories involving old rolls, inherited collections, and forgotten change jars. This discovery potential has pushed some analysts to project top certified examples could reach $29,000 in future auctions. Some scratches can even contribute to the story of a coin survival. Collectors often distinguish between harmful damage and honest circulation marks that simply reflect use. A scratch coin with original surfaces, natural color, and clear variety diagnostics may be preferred over cleaned or altered examples. In one notable sale, a naturally circulated scratched specimen with rare die markers reportedly realized $462,000. After fierce bidding among registry set competitors, half caduceus remains essential because ordinary 1993 quarters are extremely common. Experts analyze date proportions, spacing, strike texture, die markers, and evidence of legitimate mint-produced anomalies before assigning major value. Only properly attributed large date examples with confirmed rarity command six-figure premiums. This rigorous verification process supports confidence in the market and helps explain the extraordinary prices associated with elite specimens. The coin's popularity has also grown because modern collectors increasingly recognize that important rarities can emerge from seemingly ordinary decades. For years, many dismissed 1990s quarters as too common to matter, yet discoveries like the 1993 large date variety changed that perception. What once looked like everyday packet change can now represent a major numismatic prize. Some specialists believe top examples with significant error combinations could exceed $91,000 as awareness expands. Registry competition has further intensified demand. Advanced collectors building high-ranking Washington quarter sets often pay major premiums for rare attributed varieties when few examples exist. Each certified specimen can become a significant event when offered publicly. One prominent dealer reportedly placed an insurance valuation of $33,000 on an exceptional scratch condition example displaying a rare combination of large date diagnostics, doubled features, and late die state markers. Another factor supporting strong prices is the mystery surrounding surviving populations. Because many valuable examples may still sit unidentified in old collections, every discovery adds excitement while reinforcing rarity. This ongoing uncertainty keeps the coin active in collector conversations and contributes to long-term market strength. The 1993 Washington quarter large date with D mint mark in some scratches condition has earned a reputation as one of the hidden treasures of modern United States coin collecting. Its combination of historical significance, scarce variety status, major error potential, and discovery appeal makes it highly attractive to collectors. What appears to many as a scratched and ordinary quarter can, in rare attributed form, represent a remarkable financial prize. Among the most elite known specimens, some experts have projected ultimate trophy values near $57,000, securing this coin's place among the most sensational Washington quarter rarities pursued in today's collector market.